Hello, my name is Rachel Carr. I'm a whole foods chef, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a super healthy and delicious carrot ginger soup. The first step in making our carrot ginger soup is to get a saucepan and put it on medium heat. Let it warm up a little bit and use about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and get that started heating up. Now, as with almost any soup that you make, we're going to start with sauteing some onions and also some garlic and ginger, just for flavor. We're going to saute the onions until they're a little translucent and they just barely start to caramelize. I have about 4 cloves of garlic and about 1 inch of ginger in this that I've chopped very finely. And I'm just going to throw that in with the onions. Going to stir it up. I like to add salt as I cook. It helps you develop the flavor a little bit more, so you don't have to add as much salt at the end to get it to taste the way you want. So we're just going to let that sizzle for a little bit. Going to turn the heat up just a little bit. Now, once the onions are sauteed and a little translucent, I'm going to add the carrots, because this is, after all, a carrot ginger soup. And we're going to saute those with the onions until they get tender, and then we're going to add our final liquid and bring that to a boil in order to make our soup. We also have another ingredient that we're going to be adding today. We have turmeric. Now, this is turmeric you've probably seen in curry powders or just powdered turmeric in the spice aisle. And today, we're actually using fresh turmeric in this soup. It's super healthy, it builds your immune system, and it's great in the wintertime to help keep you healthy and keep colds and flus away. Now, if you've never seen fresh turmeric before, I'd just like to give you a little look at it. It looks a lot like ginger. This is a ginger root right here, and you can see this is a piece of turmeric right here. And they look almost identical except for the inside. The turmeric is a bright yellow, and the ginger, of course, as we all know, is a pale, pale yellow. So I'm just going to put those down. And at this point, I'm also going to add a few strands of saffron. It adds a lovely flavor, and it also is going to heighten the yellow flavor, the yellow color of the soup. Okay. So our onions have cooked down a little bit, and they've started to develop some nice color. So I'm going to add the carrots to this and let those saute. Just going to do a little bit more oil. And I'm going to throw this fresh grated turmeric in. Now, one trick that I love to use when I'm preparing fresh ginger or turmeric is to grate it on a box grater or a microplane, which is a tool that's very similar to a grater. And you want to use the smallest gauge that you have on this box grater. And you know, you don't even have to peel the turmeric, because when you run it through the grater, the peel just kind of comes right off. And I'll show you how that works right here. And just like that. And as you can see, the peel kind of pulls away from the flesh of the turmeric. And you can do the same thing with your ginger. You hate peeling in between all those little nooks and crannies of the ginger root. So at this point, my carrots have sauteed a little bit. You can leave them to saute a little bit longer if you want, or you could go ahead and add your liquid at this point. I'm going to be adding about 2 cups of water. You can also use vegetable stock if you want. And that should just about cover your carrots. I'm gonna turn the heat up all the way, and I'm gonna bring this to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're gonna turn the heat down and let it simmer until the carrots are tender. So to blend the soup, we're going to use a Vitamix blender. This has a very powerful engine, and it does a great job at pureeing dishes like soups and dips and all kinds of things. But one thing that you have to know when you're blending a hot liquid is to work in small batches and to start at a very slow speed and build up the speed to puree the soup even more. And the reason for that is that if you start on high, it could explode out of the top of the blender and you could really get a nasty burn. So we're gonna start with just ladling a few ladles into the Vitamix. I'm just gonna bring this closer to the saucepan so we don't drip everywhere. And then I've got a towel that I'm gonna cover the top of this with. I've got it folded up several times just so that, in case any splashes up, it doesn't get on your hand and burn you. And I'm just double checking my blender to make sure that it's set on a low speed, and I'm going to turn this on. Okay, that looks great. You can alternatively just cool the liquid down and then blend it and reheat the whole thing when you're ready to serve. That's definitely one way to do it that's very, very safe. So I'm just gonna pour this in to a bowl, and I'm gonna do my other batch. All right, so we've finished all of our blender work now, and it's time to finish the soup. So I'm just gonna do a dash or two of the hot sauce. This is a little habanero pepper sauce, but you could use any hot sauce that you have on hand. You could do sriracha, you could do a chili paste. Then we have our organic tamari. I've done about a half a tablespoon of that. Then I'm gonna take about half a lemon, and I'm gonna squeeze that in, making sure to catch the seeds, so we're not eating those. And then a little coconut milk, about 1/4 cup. And then I'm just gonna give it a nice stir. And we'll do one final taste and finish the seasoning with salt and pepper as needed. To present this lovely and healthy soup, you're gonna ladle some out into your bowls. And then I have some freshly chopped chives here. And there you have our lovely and delicious carrot ginger soup. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you liked the recipe. If you'd like to make it at home, you can follow the link in the YouTube description below to my blog. And thanks for coming. I look forward to making more recipes for you in the future.